Previously, on the last door. After escaping from his burial, Devitt finds himself in a cellar of London's darkest slum, the Old Nickel Rookery. In his pocket, he has a ticket for a show called The Four Witnesses. Devitt walks through the misty streets, following a strange man who seems to guide him. He learns the legend of the Simurgh, the king of birds. Following its trail through a dreamlike land of fog, Devitt finally meets Alexander, a member of the secret group Devitt and his friends had at school. Alexander welcomes Devitt and speaks of an entity called the Bird that has been calling them ever since the experiment they conducted back then. There is no turning back. I have made up my mind. I'm ready. Go on, do it. Do it. Do it. Ooh. All right, we in it. We in it. Let's go. Let's get into it. Can you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long-distant eras? Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower, from the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky, and even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if it were the curtain of a theater, the veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place, Devitt, a place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door, as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it and we will walk together beyond the mist. This is literally a cult. I suppose you're wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it, your letter was truly mysterious. I've been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes, the tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is this all connected with my patient? He was there. I'm afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God. Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give this impression. Devitt was attacked, but survived. What was Devitt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assure... English is hard for me. We can assume that Devitt was investigating something. He believed he had found a clue related to his friend's death. What happened to him, then? It seems the criminal was caught by Devitt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to Devitt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Devitt was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found beside Devitt within the coffin. An empty hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. They drugged us? Man. Season 1, Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexander's house must be just ahead. Alright, what's this? There's a large iron bar latching the door. It's quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. Why is it always dark? Oh, I don't like that. Come back. Okay. Not a fan. It's latched. I can't open it from this side. Of course not. No one's answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. Damn. A strange woman stares down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. And you just busted into their house like you owned it, so... A well-crafted grandfather clock, but it seems to be out of order. One of the hands is missing. Okay. So we need to find a hand to the grandfather clock. Alright. It could be Pevensey Castle, but in this painting, the garrison is not in ruins. A couple of old teacups sit on the table. One of them is still full and warm. Alright. Always dark in here. An oil lamp. Gimme that. Just some old bottles. Uh-huh. It's a diary. This is the last thing written. The pages have been ripped off. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupree has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which, it seems, he shall not return any time soon. Since the accident, I've patiently taken care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure that all the sculptures in the house are turned toward the wall. What else can I do? October 13th, 1887. The clockmaster just left. He had done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupree is not going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he had so insistently requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. This looks like the diary of a member of Alexander's household. What happened to them? A pantry with spices and ingredients. No, yeah, I feel like the only character we can really roast is Jeremiah for not seeing or grabbing things like in his field of vision. But other than that, it's like a nice little like 1800s-esque game, and I like it. Go upstairs. The silhouette of a man. It bears a strong resemblance to Alexander. The silhouette of a woman. Okay. A figurine of an angel facing the wall. A fine painting of the local Roman structures. They somehow seem more ancient in this depiction. Alexander! There is a scribbled annotation on this piece of paper. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives, craving to tear through. It is xylithol, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mist inhabit the shadows of those who left. Okay. The cuckoo clock is covered with dust. It seems to be missing an important piece, the bird. The face of the clock has been turned. Oh, do I need to know this? Okay, so that's what? 11? 11:15. Okay. 11:15. Alexander, it's me, Devitt. I'm sorry if I startled you. Is everything all right? Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt, maybe? Can you stand? He is staring blankly at some distant point, as if he has not heard my question at all. You told me I should come here, and I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what's happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I'd heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in this house? For a moment I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he is unresponsive. Alexander, please, say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand. Just what happened to him? You know, the whole resin thing was stupid. Like, just scoop it up with the mask. It's not hard. Alright, we're gonna go this way. A portrait of an old man, maybe a ship captain. It looks like he's trying to guard this chest with a stern glare. A huge chest made of oak wood. There's a large iron hook inside. I'll take this hook. There was a fragment of a diary under the hook. August 5th, 1887. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures, I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it's not possible, but I hear the crunches, the flapping wings, stone grinding on stone. They're frozen paroxysms. With what diabolical art were those gestures conceived? An eternal movement, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back to the life they'd never had. I might place them outdoors in the greenhouse and let the mold devour them and wasps make nests in their hollow hearts. Okay. It looks like some kind of red-tinted glass cover used to make the lamp. It's completely shattered on the floor. Yeah, is this like the creeping angels from Doctor Who? Like, a lamp is hanging from the ceiling. Its bulb casts an intense white light. A basin with a copper drain. Oh, there's a film setup. Okay. The image of a couple wearing rat masks at a festival. It's a big book of home chemistry recipes. A few pages have been bookmarked and some articles are underlined. 3149. Collodion for photography. Collodion is the vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and the sensitive coating produced. Many formulae are published for this article to which great value is attached, some supposing that to its peculiar composition belong the principal causes of failure or success. This is only partially true. 3151. To develop a positive image. This is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution, and only then adding 5 or 6 drops of the cyanide acid. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in the water to remove any excess of the chemicals. 3150. The causes of failure. They would almost require a chapter by themselves. A long experience convinces us that 9 out of every 10 failures occur from the want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence. One cannot be over nice, careful, or cleanly. The best results always rewarding the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formulae, quickly follow clean water over the plaque and start again. Okay. An instrument whose workings are beyond my knowledge. Okay. A camera tripod. Okay. A bust with his face turned around. It's a letter. Dear Alexander, I have excellent news. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulary. There is no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would have never visited. Leafing through this grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I have been struck by a sudden epiphany, a radical but elegant method that I have decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definite results, I will write to you immediately. I believe fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Videt neki skiat. June 8th, 1887. The Krabby Patty secret formula. This seems to be an invoice. May this document serve as a record of the payment made corresponding to the following work. The cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. In addition, the special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. Great. The shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Movement of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. Okay. A picture of an angel with a gentle face. A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It is labeled with a warning. Do not open it under white light. Okay, so give it to me. Thank you. So I need to make the light red. in the photo room. How would I do that, though? Okay, I might have to find a red lamplight or something. Oh, wait, maybe the hook? Maybe with the hook I can open the latch downstairs. We've been in there already, okay. This way. No, dude. I can't open it from this side. I know. It won't let me? Damn. Oh, I have the lamp now. I can go in here. This pane looks as if it had been broken from the inside. Yeah, no thank you. A statue of an angel with its wings spread. Its head is missing. It's the statue of an angel covered in mold. It's glancing at me with a sad gesture. A glass jar containing a bluish substance. It has a label saying vitriol oil. Okay. I got me some vitriol oil. Can I go back over here? Is there something I needed? Damn. The corpse of a deer, its abdomen torn open. It looks recently dead. Okay, no. I can't leave, okay. Lovely. I'm gonna assume I can use that blood to coat the white light, maybe? I can't use it with that, okay. Understandable. Alright. $11:15 or $6:15 did it say? I remember it saying 11:15 when I looked at the clock. I think it's meant to be 6:15. One of the hands is missing. I need to find the other hand. Maybe if I... No? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, I remembered reading 11:15, but then they said that they changed every clock to match. I didn't see that there earlier. Aha! The cellar door is locked. I need a key to open it. Of course you do. Let's unlock this. An ancient stone well. A rope hangs inside, disappearing into the darkness below. The rope is broken. I'll keep this end. Okay. Oof. It looks like someone was buried here. I can't dig with my bare hands. So, like, what do you... Okay, maybe... Aha. We got a bucket. Within the mud and dirt inside the bucket, there was a small bird of brass. Strangely enough, there doesn't seem to be any water in the well. Okay, great. Let's go back inside. The cuckoo clock was in Alexander's room, right? I think. We're gonna go up there. Little brass bird. When shaken, it makes a noise. Okay, alright, cool. Bird fits perfectly. Face of the clock has been turned. Okay, I need the other, what's it called? I need the smaller hand for the other clock. He looks miles away. Okay. Photo room. I need something on which to apply the liquid. Okay, but like, what am I supposed to do? Do I just take this? Okay. Oh, okay, wait. Let's bring this to the deer outside. That might be how we fix this. Bring it to the deer, coat it in the blood, and then it'll be a red light. I'm genuinely surprised that that worked. Now the bulb is grossly covered in blood. Well, we needed a red bulb, so... Don't know what to tell you, Jeremiah. Inside. Upstairs. This way. Alright. Great. Okay, okay. Let me read this again. Okay. Pouring on the plate, vitriol spirit, and then cyanide acid. Okay. A glass jar containing a yellow substance. The label reads cyanide. Bet. Vitriol. The oil has caused a strong acidic reaction. I've applied the liquids in the correct order. All that remains is to rinse the plate. There's a tap over the basin. Yuh. An image is appearing on the plate. It's a photograph of Anthony and Alexander. Oh, nah. Nope. Leave. Leave. Literally leave. I'm good. The image is back in the frame. Hated that. Thank you. Okay. So what do I do with this information? Do I show it to him? Like, is that what I do? Maybe. Alexander, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. You are in it with our old friend Anthony, and with someone else blurred in the background. Do you remember him? Does he mean something to you? He's breathing heavily. He seems to be lacking air. A piece of clockwork, a hand. Great, downstairs. We're making money moves. We're going back downstairs. No, use the... Jeremiah. I've put the clock hand in its place. I only need to set the clock to the correct time. Okay. Oh. It's gonna make me do this? Crazy. I screwed it up. I screwed it up. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, wait. I can go back. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, was it 6:15 he said? If it was churn, though. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. I gotta go see it. Because if the clock is turned, right? It should match. So it should be what? 8 o'clock? I'm assuming 8 o'clock is correct. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Oh, I need to make it 6:15. I need to make it 6:15 on the other clock. It sets this clock. I don't like this. So if I set it, okay. If I orient it like sideways, perpendicular, right? I need it to be 6:15, so it would be 3 on the hour hand. And the minute hand should be on the 12, right? Yeah. Did I screw that up? Wait. No, because that's 15. It would have to be 6:15, so that would be on the 3. The sound came from upstairs. I'm smart. 800 IQ. 800 IQ. Let's go. The bird has burst out at the stroke. Now its beak is open. There was a key inside the bird. God bless. There was a door over here that's locked, right? No. There was not. I'm stupid. Oh, the cellar! Outside! Yeah! Okay, we're going. Oh, nah. Okay. Alright, you got me. You got me one time. A dusty carpet of Asian origin. Mold and dust cover the portrait, making the subject indistinguishable. A book written in a language unknown to me. There is a scrawled annotation written in English in one of the margins. This and no other is the function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at that time. To accompany the mind to the proscenium of the big theater, and there help us to look beyond the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of the truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend an image of what lives there. Just that. Will the Hoopoe allow us to raise the curtain enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? A huge cage full of leftovers and dirt. Animals have been captive here. Jars and test tubes. Everything is soaked in chemical residues and the air is filled with the smell of vinegar. Gross. Innumerable jars full of murky objects suspended in formaldehyde. Unlabeled jars and lab equipment. Okay. Is that it? What was the point? What was the point? He's still going crazy. He's having some kind of seizure. He's trembling out of pure horror. Once again, there's a bunch of things in this game that you literally can't see, and it's irritating. I'm back outside. The piece of fine furniture has several drawers. Inside this one, there is a gardener's shovel. Take the shovel, bro. Oh, we did. Okay, cool. Back upstairs. Damn. The lock is very rusted, almost shattered. The lock still resists. I can't open it by hand. No. The remains of a humanoid body, but with a grotesque animal aspect, maybe a small ape. It has a collar with some engraved words on it. Old Mike. Besides the corpse, there is a paper leaf. Dear Alexander, undoubtedly your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How do you manage to get results with such alacrity? On another note, my epiphany with the treatise of alchemy was not accidental. When examining the text closer, I have come to the conclusion that for a time, Raymundus Lully sought the same thing as we did. In his account, he describes a formula that he calls hopoi. Yes, like the legendary bird. It closely resembles in the serum with which we have worked so far, except for minor differences. It's a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope he gets better soon. Videtti neki skiat. July 2nd, 1887. Ishwa, you're all good, no worries. The skeletal fingers of the creature are clutching a rolled-up canvas. It's a map of the stars. Alright, is that it? I think so. It's some kind of navigation map. Several constellations are marked. Okay. Is he good? Oh god, that sounds like Alexander. Alright, let's go get him. Alexander. He's gone. Stop. Oh my god. Some diary pages on the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart as if someone had stripped it off the book hastily. October 31st, 1891. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember it all when the birds finally sing and the sun's blessed dispels. English is hard. October 31st, 1891. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember it all when the birds finally sing and the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it has cracked the larger branch of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get to sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through my open window. I looked outside and I saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. What was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a true serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt that a blessing had fallen upon this house, and for a moment I felt immensely happy. I stared at him for a while, without saying anything, being afraid of dispelling a vision I hadn't believed possible for a long time. And then, in the midst of the silence, I heard a sound that froze me in my seat and snatched all my calmness with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, low-pitched as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexander's snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made my decision. I'll leave this house. A statue, it's holding something. It's a lens mounted in a metal ring. Starlight brings some brightness to the forest. Okay. You're not gonna let me? Okay, can I, like... Do I use it on myself? I'm confused. Deneb, Vega, and Altair, okay. I'm sorry? What was that? Yeah, you asking me? I don't know. Oh. Oh, Mans is down here. He has to be. There is no way he's not down here. Ain't no way. Oh, this is pretty. There's a mountain of compacted snow. A wooden secretary desk, beautifully carved. The flip top has no knob or lock, just some strange symbols. Oh, okay, I gotta get the constellation. An open envelope with a letter inside it. Dear Alexander, I'm terribly sorry about old Mike. Will you put him to rest in his favorite place? After weeks of unsuccessful... Dear Alexander, I'm terribly sorry about old Mike. Will you put him to rest in his favorite place? After weeks of unsuccessful... I can't speak English. It's fine. Dear Alexander, I'm terribly sorry about old Mike. Will you put him to rest in his favorite place? After weeks of unsuccessful attempts, I've managed to distill the alchemical formula based on the notes you sent me. Certainly you're a master of this craft. The subject reacted to the serum as usual, rapidly entering into a state of waking sleep. Suddenly, the convulsions stopped, and since then, he has not been responding to any kind of stimulation. He has remained in this state for many days. My diagnosis is brain dead. What should be our next step, Alexander? I'm worried this could be the end of our research. Videti Nekiskiat, August 23rd, 1887. The crystal fits perfectly in the telescope. Oh, this is wonky. No, this is not the triangle I'm looking for. Then what triangle are we looking for, huh? Hold on. Okay. Vega. Deneb, Altair, okay. Is this like rotated? I am confusion. Hold on. I hate this. Okay, we're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be fine. Okay. This has to be the one I'm looking for this one. And then the third one in this one. And then the third one in this one. What do you mean that's not the triangle you're looking for? Is it this one? Third one in this one. And then the one on the furthest. I hate it here. Is it you? Or you? I don't know. Definitely has to be you. Most likely the not is probably you. Is it not the middle one of this one? I'm an idiot. It's this one. And then it's this one. I think. No. Great. Let's try that again. You. You. And you. Thank you, Jesus. Oh. Alright, so equal sign, 3 prongs, the big U. Summer triangle. Alright, got you. Equal sign. I missed it. Hold on. There we go. I missed it again. There we go. There is a small cabinet with 2 slots for syringes. Only one of them remains. The voice again. It comes from the bottom of the pit. Alexander! This is what you asked me to search for, is it not, Alexander? Am I right? The last door. Zaliathal. The last door. We can cross together. What should I do? I'm waiting for you. Here in the mist. It's nearby. I can hear it. What's nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of its wings. It knows we are afraid. I'm ready. Sit down. What if I just... sit down? Okay. Sit down. I am sitting! I'm sitting down. Take it. Damn. Oof. No, thank you. Do you think that we will find any clue here about Devitt's whereabouts? And you're back at the first house? You're mad late. The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully they've overlooked something. What about this room? There's a sealed letter between this table and the wall. It looks like Herr Beechworth never sent it. I think it's best that you read it. Dearest Alexander, please, you must reflect on... Dearest Alexander, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we're dealing with. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way. An open way for whatever lives on the other side. Videti neskiskiat. The last door. Damn. Now I'm not gonna know if we okay until season 2. Why are you walking away from me? Here I have the police and medical report. The latter is still blank. According to the police, the deceased's name is Father Ernest Glynn. The man immolated himself. There must be something wrong with the water pressure valve. An anatomical model built of actual human bones. We will see if the police report is right. Good Lord, what a mess. The skin is all scorched. Cause of death is probably shock caused by the sudden burns. A horrible way of passing. What could lead a man of God to commit such an act? All that remains is to file the medical report so he can receive the proper treatment a fine gentleman deserves. Nothing else to do here. I should file the medical report. This case still puzzles me. If he wanted to commit suicide, why did he do it in such a painful manner? Was he drugged or intoxicated? I should check his stomach for signs of poisoning. Say absolutely yes. Cut him open, boys! Alright, the stomach looks fine on the outside. Now I should cut it open to check its contents. What is this? There is something strange in here. It looks like a piece of paper. I need something to keep the stomach open while I extract that thing. It is a note. Ernest Glynn, Jeremiah Devitt, Alexander D. And then I think that says... Is that Anthony? No. A crumpled note with 4 names. One of them is crossed out. I think I should inform the inspector immediately. Yeah, the slurping noises I'm not a fan of. Death sentence. Francis Baldwin. After being certified of your guilt by a peer jury, we find you guilty of the wicked and violent murders of 14 innocent and sick people. Because of this sentence, I am hereby authorized to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Would you like to make a final statement before we proceed? Why will you say that I am mad? You should have seen how mercifully I proceeded, with what love. I saved them. I released them. Now they are in a better place. Do you still believe I am mad? Damn. Wanderer in the fog. She is the only survivor. What happened to the others? They are all dead. I would like to talk to her. Good afternoon. My name is Johann Kaufman. I am a doctor. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Please be careful with what you ask. Miss Parnell's state is delicate. I am perfectly fine and able to talk, sister. Thanks for your consideration. Now, doctor, I understand you want me to repeat my story. I'd be thankful to hear it indeed. I'll stay outside if you need me. I am a sane woman, doctor, in complete control of my mind and reason. You do not dare to question it. I certainly wouldn't. Then I will commence. I woke up in the dark. The room was small, so narrow that I could touch the wooden walls just by raising my elbows. Could you recognize the place? I couldn't tell at first. For a moment, a most dreadful thought crossed my mind. What if I had been buried alive? When I got out, I found myself in my parents' house. I hadn't been there since they sent me to school. Did you see anyone there? Your parents or maybe someone you know? I could feel the humid air on my skin and could smell the scent of the long time abandoned. I walked the rooms, unsettled by the silence. The place had a bleak feel of a ruin. Then I saw someone. In the opposite end of the corridor, an old woman stared at me. Did you try and talk to her? I tried to, but she did not answer, and she walked away when I tried to get closer. I followed her out through the back alley and into the streets. I got lost in the burg of Aberdeen. The streets were deserted and a thick fog covered everything. I thought I had seen the old woman through the fog once or twice, but they could have just been shadows. So the city was empty? No, not completely. I met some people, vagabonds. One of them was a priest. I remember a novelist and a boy, too. Ugh, gross. Tell me about the priest. The priest. Where did you meet him? I met him in a stable. Good Lord, he said mass there amongst the beasts. Could you imagine the profanity? Tell me more about the novelist. The woman had never written a word. She created only in her mind, you know. She could tell the story sentence by sentence with perfect precision, and I could even hear a piece of her last work. What was the piece about? Do you remember anything about the novelist's work? Yes, the piece she told me was something like, "The shadows of the past soon melted within the land that loves silence. Through the fog they walked, they found themselves lost. Hoping for a sign from their gods, they set camp up on the beach, where 30 birds awaited to meet their crown." So the boy, what about him? I came across an abandoned carriage. The horse was long dead, its bones still harnessed to the cart. There was a young man petting the carcass of the animal. Could you talk to this young man? He was deaf, but I think he could read my lips. When he spoke, he did with a clear accent. He said he could only listen to the songs of the departed. What happened then? As I walked, the fog got denser. I could barely see anything around. I finally met the old woman. She didn't say anything, but she gave me a cardboard card. Then she left. She gave you a playing card? It was one of those used to tell fortune. There was a drawing on it of a veiled person holding a lamp. Then the mist seemed to clear out and I could finally see. Thank you, Pete. What could you see? A barren land bathed by roaring waves. There were thousands of birds, and then I realized there was something else. What was it? It was there. It looked at me. The burning dark inside, the shaking, the scream. That vision that I cannot understand. What is it, Doctor? Have I finally lost my strength of mind? I believe your story. I believe you. I'm sure that what you lived was real. But I am afraid that I currently lack any proof that I can confirm your account. I am sorry. I should leave. Thank you for your time. Wait, Doctor, I have something else to say. When I first woke up here, there was something beside me. Would this be enough proof? It looks like a tarot card. Damn. Alright, one more. Beechworth's Wake. He does not look dead, but just asleep. I barely knew him, busy as he was traveling the world. What would be of man with no aspiration for the other side to inspire or lead him? I knew it would come to this. Your father was a terrible mess of a man, and I am only grateful that he brought you to our home soon enough, not long after you were born. I hold no doubt that you will learn from his bad example and grow up to be a righteous gentleman. What could there be greater than the efforts of mortals to rise from their miserable condition? We will speak later, young man. We're busy. This is so sad. He was most dearest to me. You know, your father was a complicated man. He had a strong character and was stubborn as a mule when he had taken a determination. He believed he had a mission in this world, though I am not sure he knew exactly what it was. That which avoids description, the unknown, provides men with a reason to exist. Why did he do this? This is an obscure domain, its secrets taken by man from the silence of nature and death. You are the young Beechworth, is that right? Your father left you everything, Anthony. The house, his accounts, and all his belongings for you to receive when you come of age. He was very specific in his testament, though, that you should receive this promptly, his personal book log. These are the memoirs of my life, my research and knowledge of the other side. Use them wisely, son.